Hello everyone and welcome to Fabled Nexus. We are here today actually recording I guess technically a review. I'm kind of just gonna ramble on for like however long about this, actually this movie that I just watched not too long ago. It's not really a new movie. It came out I think in 2019. It's called Weathering with You. It's from the same director that did Suzume and Your Name, I think is the other one. And I think it came out in 2019. It came out in the US in 2020. Um, but yeah, and I just watched it because I was actually doing some research on global warming of all things for some reason. Anyways, I was just doing that because I was gonna make a joke video. I might still make a video about global warming for some reason. Don't know, just whatever. Like I said, this channel is for whatever my heart desires. But yeah, we got sitting here. There's no like real script in this one. There's not like a lot of research. It's just me sitting here talk about this movie for however long it goes on to. But I am in VRChat. As you see, I'm kind of just statically sitting there because normally I do record my videos in VRChat sometimes. I might do them all the time now. I don't really know yet, but sometimes I'm not. I don't really. I have a viewer set up, but sometimes I don't want to get into it all the time. I might be kind of lazy, but sometimes we're just sitting here, we're just hanging out. This me is my avatar because I need something in the backdrop, and so actually I found this world that had the shrine, um, of it, and yeah, I'm just gonna be hanging out here, sitting here, chilling out, and have the clouds and this wave things in the background. Um, but yeah, but anyways, with this movie, right? If you don't really know what this movie is, I would highly recommend go watching it. You can also watch it before you come watch my video. So if you want to go watch it, pause the video, come back after like I think it's like an hour 50 minutes. You can. Yeah. So I was sitting there the other day, like I said, doing research, and I was like, hey, for some reason, like, is there any like anime movies or things in anime that's like, hey, that deals with like global warming or something like that, or anything like that? Because I don't know why not, as it is what it is. But yeah, so I was sitting there and I was like, okay. And there's a movie in it, it was called Weathering with You. And I was like, you know what? For research, hold on. For research, I'm gonna go watch it. And it actually turned out to be a really enjoyable movie. I got actually really attached to the characters in that movie. They were really chill. I liked watching it. It was a great movie. It makes it kind of low key want to watch Suzume again. And I haven't watched Your Name, but I can't probably need to get around to it. But yeah, so the whole premise of this movie is there's pretty much this guy. His name is, oh my god, I'm gonna mispronounce his name. Hokana? Hokana? It's Hoakna or something like that. Let me put it up here. Let me make sure. Let me go look this up real quick. His name is Hodaka. Hodaka? Hodaka? I don't know. I probably in the I probably throw his name up on the screen. I probably mispronounced that. I'm very sorry for that. And what was pretty easy is Hina. These are two like pretty much kids like that's in like I think middle school. Hogada kind of just runs away from home because he's on this island and it's raining a lot. And he runs away from his home, and once he runs away from his home, he goes to Tokyo because he's in kind of like an island off of Tokyo. Oh, spoilers alert, by the way. So if you haven't seen the movie, you might want to go watch the movie and come back here. But yeah, he goes to Japan and it's always raining. It never like clears up. It's always raining. And then after being there for a little bit, he finds out what Tokyo's actually like. Cause like I said, he's from like a like world like town outside of where Tokyo's at. He's on like an island somewhere. I don't know if the island actually has a name. I don't remember. But yeah, he's over. He goes in. While he's over there, pretty much there's a point where he's on the boat and because he's trying to follow this light. You find this out later, but he's pretty much trying to follow this light that he saw, and everything at one point, and he follows it. So he follows it, and he's on this boat, and the boat gets hit by this really like random pool of water, and he gets saved by this guy. Um, who saves him? I kind of forgot. Let me see. Who I have but saves the boy. Who saves the boy? Stuga. Stuga is I think his last name. I don't remember his. I don't know how to say his first name. I'm not going to try to butcher that one. But yeah, so pretty much he's sitting there and he's like, saves him, and stuff. And that's one of the first interactions he has. And he's like, "Oh boy, buy me a beer," because apparently that's just something that you do. He just buys him a beer. I'm like, all right, buy him a beer, I guess. Whatever. I'm like, I don't know why you would, want to do that, but sure. And so pretty much what happens is like, so he's going through everything, and then eventually he gets to a McDonald's with this it goes like, skipping ahead a little bit. Pretty much he gets to this McDonald's, and this girl gives him a Big Mac, pretty much. So he gives him a Big Mac. He's very grateful and everything, and he's looking for jobs. No one's gonna hire him. He has no student ID. Like I said, he ran away from home. He's a runaway. So like he has nothing like that. Like she has no ID, has no other thing. He can't really physically like get a job because no one really wants to hire him. And then of course this man, what does this man do? He goes online because online is a great pool to go pull from. And they're like, oh, go work in clubs. I'm like, bro, he's not. Why would you? Who on the internet would be suggesting that? I guess like, this dude is just like, hey yo, go work in clubs. Like, no, but don't do that. They're not gonna accept you anyways. They don't. He goes around, and eventually Sugo, which is the guy who saved him, gave him a card for his company that he runs. He's the CEO of a company. Um and he calls over, hey, pretty much, hey, can I have a job? He's like, sure, come on over, buddy. And he goes over there, and you see Suga, and you see, I think is his niece. Is it his niece? It's someone in his family. I think it's his niece, I'm pretty sure. So, they're there, they're hanging out, and pretty much what goes on with that is like, yeah, so like they go over there, and he sees her, and then he finds him, and then it's like, oh, he's like, yeah, they write for like some journal about like mysteries, or like they like very suspicious, like ghost sightings, and like spirit, like people being spirited away and stuff like that. um and yeah, like it's like, okay, cool, like so he has a job now, and all this stuff, and then eventually, skipping forward, he sees a girl. Hina is actually the girl's name. She's getting like pretty much manhandled to like go into this like, what's like, club, because I don't know. They say to go watch it, but it's kind of messed up. And what happens is, oh boy here, well, while he was doing stuff, he found a Makarov pistol in a trash can for some reason, because someone was like, hey, disposed it's disposed of it in a random trash can, and he had it. And yeah, so he goes and he saves her from this dude that's kind of bullshitting, and when he runs around, boom, boom, they run around. Eventually, he gets stopped. He pulls out the gun on this dude, misses him, but the dude's kind of stricken up by it, and then they get into a little spout. But this is the beginning of the typical like anime like love circus that can go on sometimes. So at that moment, he catches feelings for her. Of course he does, because that's just how anime works, and it's great. We love it. But he catches feelings for her, and they go to this building, and she's like, I didn't want to be saved, pretty much. Why'd you do that? He's like, I needed that job. He's like, my bad, bro. I didn't mean to, ruin your life like that, I guess. And he just throws the pistol away, whatever. Eventually, he does go and pick it back up. Eventually, well, I think he just leaves it there. Actually, I think he just leaves it there. So he throws it away. He leaves it there, and it's like, all right, like, he's like, okay, threw it away, and he's with this girl, whatever, and though some parts are missing, but pretty much you find out eventually, because like it's the shrine here that you see behind me, I'm sitting in front of, and eventually you see that, like, yeah, like you find out that Hina is something they call a sunshine girl, I think is what they call her. And in ancient times, for this, like in this movie anyways, it's like they were maidens, because pretty much, like I say, it's always raining in Tokyo, and there's always it's always raining and stuff like that, and the only way for it to stop raining is for someone to pretty much sacrifice themselves to like the deities, through this gate that's behind me, in order to clear up the rain. So like they will be sacrificed, the sun maiden will pretty much be sacrificed, and the rain will stop. It'll be a clear day, sunshine, all this stuff. But what the Hina can do is, for certain parts of the day in certain areas, she can pretty much pray, and when she prays and stuff, boom, the sun comes out, and it's really nice. So they start this business, and once they start this business, like they get paid for it. Like I think they paid like $20 or something. It's like 2,000 yen was what the first dude paid him. Other people paid him different amounts to just come and like just like, hey, we need to be blessed with sunlight for this event. Can you do it for us? Yes. So eventually it culminates to this big company that's like, hey, corporate greed, whatever. They're like, we need this person to come over here and do this. And when she does it, she pretty much goes up there and she's seen by a helicopter because she doesn't want her face to be seen. So she is. So pretty much what happens is they have that one, and then they were gonna do one more after that. So they did one more. I think they still do one more, and then they're ended. They pretty much that's it. Like that's pretty much the end of that thing, and then you find out that the cops are actually looking for Hokuto because he picked up pretty much a gun. I guess one of the people tried to dispose of, and they're like, "Hey, this kid can't be dangerous, even though he's a kid." And they're like, they chase down this dude, and he's like, I don't know if she was underage. I'm like, but that's not what they're there for. But that's what the dude says. And he's like, oh, he's like, no, we're looking for this dude. Do you know where he's at? And he's like, no, but I think he was with whatever. And it's like, oh, okay. So the cops now are gonna go try to find Hokuto because they're like, oh, we needed to go question this man about like what he was doing with that, because you know, normal stuff. And you also find out that Hina, how, like I said, the reason why she has, like, you can see at the beginning of the movie, but she sees the sunshine around the shrine. She goes over there, and that's what it is. But you find out that her mother, which is the one in the bed, was actually dying. She was about to die and stuff. She was about to pass away. And she's like, oh, I want sunshine for my mother's last moments, pretty much. Like, they can see this, walk in the sun with her one more time. So she goes over there, prays at the shrine, and that's how she becomes the sunshine girl at that moment. And what also the other drawback is, like I said, she's gonna be eventually taken away to the sky as a sacrifice. She's gonna sacrifice. She's gonna be sacrificed for everlasting sun, or like, at least like the weathers to become normal, because the weathers are really crazy and stuff. And there's one lady that's like, at one point that spouts like, oh, hey, like pretty much there is back like 200 years ago, Tokyo was flooded anyways. It was actually under the ocean, and over time, like with everything, it's kind of rose out of the ocean. Like it was a landmass, was out of the ocean. Uh, I don't know if that actually happens anywhere. I mean, I know there was places that came out of the ocean before in our world, but I don't know if that actually is what's up. But in this lore of this, like, you know, this anime over here, pretty much it came out of the ocean. Like Tokyo just, whoosh, like I don't know if it's all of Japan, but I think it's just Tokyo just kind of whoosh, came out of the ocean. And it was cool. I liked it. I loved like being there, everything like that. It was really cool to see it, and like of course it's really good, stunning visuals and visual. I can't speak visuals, whatever. Excuse me for that one, but couldn't speak for my life of me right there. But yes, it's really stunning visuals and all this stuff that you could see, and it's around, and like this good animation. And I was taken away. I'm not taking it back. I'm not gonna lie. It's been a hot minute since I've been reinvigorated with just watching like anime shows and like just watching stuff in general. And I don't know, it's just like it hit me with a new one I haven't got hit with in a long time. So yeah, but I was sitting there, I was chilling, I was having a great time. And after seeing it though, eventually the cops catch up to him. And well, eventually they go into a hotel, and then she gets spirited away. Pretty much, she gets taken away, and the sun like comes out. So the sun comes out after she gets taken away, of course, because that's the whole point. Like, the sun gets taken away, and boom, she's like out of there, right? And of course, Hakuda, like, also the pseudo dude and everything, they kind of find out like what goes on from this old dude that talks about like the sun maiden and stuff like that. And there's also other great scenes. I won't spoil it because you can go watch it, but I spoiled most of the movie. But there's also some things like background stuff that like gets the plot going and stuff like that. And so the cops show up, and they're like, they take him, they take the other dude, because Hina has a brother. I forgot the brother's name, but the brother pretty much is like, they're taking him to services because they don't have a parents, and they can't be living out there, even though, because I think she says she's 18, but she's not. She's actually like 50 years old, but she's using that to try to get a job because she needed a job to pay for stuff. So that's what she was doing that for. And it's like, yeah, so he gets taken to child services or whatever, and they take Hokuda into the thing, and he's in the back of a cop car, and he's like, man, he's like, I fucked it. Like, he's really feeling really down at the moment. He's really feeling it right now. And it's like, yeah, like he's like, oh, it's my fault. Like it's my fault that she did this. Even though that she made this like I'm pretty sure she made this way before like even meeting him. Like I said, she made this before even meeting him, so it didn't really matter. She was probably get spirited away to the in the sky where the little waterfish people were gonna like take her soul or something. I'm not really sure exactly how that works, but this scene was so he's like, oh, so he gets back thing and they're questioning. He's like, man, the investigator's like, what have I got myself into? Like, what is this? So what happens is, and I won't spoil this part because this part really fucked me up. Like, but I was like, boy, you better not do this. Yeah, go watch the movie. Go watch the movie and you find out about this part. But pretty much he reconciles like, hey, that Tory, I think it's a Tory gate. Don't we're going with that. It's some type of gate. It's a gate that kind of resembles like a Tory gate in a sense. It's kind of you can't fully see it. Actually, I can do this. So it's like this is the gate. It's not exactly I think like this. I think it's a little bit different, but that's the gate. I can just do that. There you go. And yeah, so he goes up and he's like, I gotta get to that gate. So he runs out of the police station and they're like, hey, if you run out, pretty much like you're cooked. Like you're done. Like you don't run out. It's gonna make it worse for you. He doesn't care, bro. He's in love. He's like, that's my girl. I gotta go get her. Right? He's like, it's my time. We're going in. So he's booking it. He's trying to run away, and then eventually, Suga's like, I guess it's like it's not. I don't know if it's his niece or what. It's like someone related to him shows up with her like fastest moped apparently known to mankind and most durable moped I've seen in my life. And they're going to high speed chase and they're booking it. They're going for it. She gets as close as they can, and then he runs across. And a weird part is it's interesting because they're like doing raids because like since the sun's out, they're trying to slowly drain the water and stuff because it's been raining all this time and like it started like too much flooding and stuff at one point. Um, and it's like they're like, all right, well, we can finally start trying to rebuild and stuff and get stuff done. And it's like, oh no, we can't do that. So and then like they're trying to rebuild, and he's just walking by him. Like for some reason, like no one stops him or everything. But anyways, he gets to the old rundown building where the shrine is, and some stuff ensues pretty much. But just needless to say, some stuff almost goes down. I say go watch it. It's actually really it's a really intense scene honestly. But like yeah, like hey, stuff goes down, and he gets up there. He finally gets up there. He goes into the sky, and once he goes into the sky, it's like you see it. Like it's pretty much kind of like this without the gate in it, but it's like grass on clouds and stuff and everything. And then he sees her, calls her name. She wakes up. They grab each other, and he's like, we're going back, pretty much. Like, and if she goes back, the sun goes away. But of course, in typical anime fashion, he hits her with the line pretty much of, "Hey, I don't care if it's raining. Like you are my sun, pretty much. Like you are the brightest part of my entire day." Great line. We love to see it, and it's like yeah, like that is what we want right there. Like that is the play right there. That is the play, and I was like, cool. Like I said, it's so good. I love seeing it. And after this moment, they fall back down. The rain starts coming back again because, of course, like now that she is not a sacrifice anymore, he took her out of the sacrifice. It starts raining. It's like pouring down rain, and it's like it cuts 3 years later, right? Because of course it is. Suga has like his firm where he makes a lot of like money and stuff, and Hokuda goes back and he finishes high school. Pretty much. He finishes his last 3 years, but he does have to return to Tokyo to face the charges of like run away from the police, obstruct the police, like all this stuff, right? He has to face all those charges, but he doesn't care. And he goes back, and of course, Hina is there, and the other guy, his like the brother of Hina is there as well, and all this stuff. And you see it, and it's like, hey, it's like that's kind of crazy. Like it's like he doesn't really want to go talk to her. He's still nervous about it, of course, as you are and stuff. And it's like, hey, just go talk to her, whatever. He's like, of course, he's nervous, everything. And the final thing is pretty much him going to see her after 3 years. We don't really get to find out what happens to his sentence or whatever, but I guess he's free, I guess. Um, and that's pretty much it. And they probably live happily ever after, more than likely. But like I said, yeah, Tokyo is flooded, and people have to like go through boats and stuff, and like they don't have trains anymore. They have boats that go takes people places. I think the rest of like Japan is fine. I think it's just Tokyo's underwater. But I think the rest of Japan and stuff was fine. I didn't really see it too much, but yeah, overall great movie. I just want to talk about it. Like I said, that's what most reviews are probably gonna be. Honestly, I mean, yeah, I might still do some like I'm trying to figure out what, like fully what I would do, but most time it's just me talk about whatever I feel like talking about. This is it's a discussion type channel. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed that, I hope you guys enjoyed me just rambling on about an anime movie for like 20 minutes, 21 minutes. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed, you guys can like, subscribe, do that fun stuff. Oh, I got kicked out of the thing for some reason. Was it gonna like act like I did spirit? I got spirited away. Got spirited away, boys. Perfect thing. Got spirited away. If you guys enjoyed, like I said, you can like, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. If you feel like it's always appreciated. And yeah, that's all I got for you guys. Peace and have a good day.